Good evening everyone. Welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the revision session that currently we will do for government schemes focusing on NABARD Grade A examination. So I welcome you all on this session. So see what happened in our last part, which was supposed to be your part 2. In that actually because of some technical glitch we were not able to take that, right? So in this part, that is part 3, what we are going to do, first we'll cover some of the questions that were there of the last session. So basically what was the plan before that in part 1, and in your part 2 we are going to cover ESI, right? And then in your part 3 and your part 4, in that we were going to cover ARD part, right? So what happened, because this second part could not happen due to some technical glitch, in this part 3 first we will cover ESI section, and then we'll do some of the questions of ARD, right? And in next session we are going to cover the rest of the questions, right? So in this session we are going to have more than the usual number of questions, because in this we are covering the last one also as well as today one also, all right? So if I'm properly audible and visible, do tell me about it. So Satya, I hope your doubt it is clear now, and Vishal, good evening. So what we'll do, we'll just start with the session so you know the basic idea of it, right? So ESI and ARD, they play a major role, especially when we're talking about government schemes, right? So they play a major role, the schemes that come under that, and that is what we are going to cover. So this will be your a more of a rapid fire type of round, where because at this stage we expect that you have done much of the revision, right? So we'll start with question number 1, and here it says it talks about Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0. Okay, so here's a statement and you have to identify the incorrect one. Okay, you have to tell the which of the following option it is incorrect with regards to your Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0. So I'll give you some time so that you can read read the question and then answer. So see, when we talk about Swachh Bharat Mission, we know this is currently in second phase now, right? So it launched back in 2014, and then again it was relaunched with the 2.0, and here it has now some separate aims, right? So here we are talking about, is it cover all it cover all statutory towns in India? Then you have to tell. Second, is it a scheme of Ministry of Rural Development? Its component includes complete liquid waste management in the cities where there is less than 1 lakh population, or it will deploy mechanical sweeper in National Clean Air Program cities, and in which areas where there are more than 5 lakh population, and it focuses on segregation and solid waste. So yes, all of you are giving right answer. Harshal, Megha, Anand, Vishal, then we have Pritesh, Satyajit, Madhur, all are saying yes, very good, you are saying the right answer, option number B. So okay, chalo, now you have told me that okay, this is the wrong answer. So could you please tell me it comes under which ministry, right? So Puneet says the right answer, and Megha says yes, that is Ministry of your Urban Affairs, Housing and Urban Affairs, it falls under that when we're talking about the urban, right? And in your because we're talking about urban, that is why it is your Housing and Urban Affairs, right? So see, similar type of question that has been asked in your 2021, and it talked about how much amount has been allocated under. What does it mean that this scheme, you may feel like that these schemes are these important because it's NABARD examination? Is it like that only ARD schemes that come? No, other schemes are also asked, the one that are under ESI, those are the flagship schemes, and this is from your last year examination only. And here you can see this similar, the question from this particular topic has been asked, or scheme has been asked. Next is the tenure of Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0 has been increased from 2021-2022 to. So what happens whenever a particular scheme it has been launched, so there is some time period it is launched, right? And when we reach to that year, if we feel like that, or the government it feels like that it needs to be extended because the aim has not yet been achieved, or then they focus on some other objective, so they extend it. So this has been extended. Madhur is the first one to say option number B. Yes, option number B Then we have Megha to C. C. Yes, C is the right answer and not option number B. Okay, so here what when we talk about this, here now you have all the information that you need to remember from Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, that is your 2.0. So here we are talking about launch year, so it is your 2021, that we know, right? This is the 2.0 that we are talking about, and that is why it is 2021 written over here. Falls under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, that we have already understood. Aim is to make cities garbage free, right? And there are various objective here you can look at. It talks about how to manage the solid waste, that is there, about sanitation and treatment, about creating awareness, basically focusing on the Jan Andolan and creating institutional capacity. Okay, so building the capacity or the skill development of the workers that we are talking about here. So type of scheme, it is centrally sponsored scheme, that is the share that is being divided between center and state. And how is the share divided? Here from the picture in this particular snippet you can look at it. For this categorization has been done according to the population where that exists, that you can read later. Next, here we are talking about key features. So here what are the important aspects that you need to remember from a scheme? Its launch year, right? Or apart from that, what is the budget allocation, what is its aim, right? What is the tenure of the particular scheme, that is till 25-26. Apart from that, what are the different components that also you can look at, that we are focusing on various we have certain goals according to different areas, right, according to the population in that area that exists. And we are also focusing on sustainability, focusing on the 3 R's, that is your reduce, reuse, recycle, right? And rest of the things, these are the things that will be available in your PDF, and these you can revise later, right? So we'll move to the next question, which asks which of the following state has the highest number of Eclave model residential school in India on 29 June 2022. So till now you have to tell that highest number of these schools, they are in which state. So I'm waiting for the answers. See this about, I'm expecting you that you all should know the answers. So I'm getting answers B, SK saying B, Megha, Nilesh saying B, Anand saying B, and yes, option number B, it is the right answer, that is Odisha. Okay, so we have currently the highest number of these Eclave schools in Odisha when we're talking about. Okay, we'll go for one more question and then we'll look at what is the scheme all about, although it's like very basic thing to understand. So what is the total strength of students in EMRS school? So see, these kind of questions you may think that why such kind of questions are asked, but if you look at the previous year paper and if you look at the other regulatory bodies, you would find that such kind of questions can be asked in your examination, right? So why not to prepare for that? So here this is correct answer. I'm waiting for people to say. So I think people are still giving the previous answer, that is B that I'm looking at now. Megha, Anand and Nilesh are coming with a D. Okay, so here I'm talking about, that is option number D, that is 480. Okay, now let's look at about this scheme. Okay, so this Eclave model residential school, although it was a previously launched scheme that was in 97-98, but because this particular scheme was in news because of Odisha now being having the highest number of such schools, that is why we just we have a overlook of this. Okay, so it comes under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and here we are talking about that these tribal students, they should get education in the whoever they living in the remote tribal areas, right? So here is the target that every block they have more than which block will be targeted, which have more than 50% ST population and at least 20,000 of them they should be actual tribal people. Okay, because we have seen that some people they belong to ST categories but they do not follow the traditional their ways, right? So here that is the aim, and rest of the features they are being written in the key features. As you can see here, this article 275 section A, it tells about the expenditure that can be done on the tribal area. Okay, so this article gives that right of permission to give expenditure on that area, right? So reservation of 20% seats under sports quota will also be provided to ST category, and rest of the things, these are very easy to understand. This thing that I thought can bother you afterwards, that what is it that I've told you, and rest things that you can read at. Next is question number 5. Till then, see Divyesh have already informed at the start of the session that part 2 it could not be done because of some technical glitch. So in today's session, which is part 3, first we are going to cover ESI questions and then we'll look at ARD questions. So today ARD questions will be few because first we'll complete the ESI section and then in our next class we'll have more questions on ARD. And today also the questions that are that we'll cover today, that will be more than the ones we are covering in the usual sessions. See the correct answer to this particular question, which talks about this National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. It is your option number C, that is your 25% and your and then your rupees up to 1500. Okay, so what is this scheme all about? So it is to promote the skill development among people. So what is this apprenticeship basically means? It is when you do internship somewhere, right? So you learn new skills, you work on it. Okay, so in that government is also helping, the central government, so that the state government also and the organization which conducts sub apprenticeship, they also have some financial aid with the government, and they also promote more and more students to join or people to join, right, to get the skill, to have the capacity building, right? So here we have the option 25%. So what does it mean? How much the government will contribute? They will contribute up to the stipend, up to the 25% of it, whatever they are going, but there is a cap of 1500 over to it. Okay, so that is a cap that will be assigned to it. So here it is the same thing. So this NAPS, this was launched in 2016 by Government of India. Okay, so to promote apprenticeship, that is internship, basically skill development. This is a simple language of meaning of this in the country, by providing financial incentives. Okay, so people, they would go, they will learn some skill if they're getting money for it also, right? Technology and advocacy support. Okay, so how much? 25% and up to 1500. Next, we are talking about which among the following statement are correct about the eligibility criteria of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Okay, so you have to tell about the eligibility criteria of that as well. So is the minimum age of subscriber 14 years? Is there no maximum limit for joining this program? Is linkage of Aadhaar card with bank account mandatory? You have to tell that. You have to tell both 1 or 2 correct, or all of the above correct. Okay, so you have the following options. I'm waiting for the correct answer. Okay, see the correct answer, as Anuradha Anand are saying, yes, option number E is the right answer. That is all of the above. They all are the criteria. So now let's look at this particular, what is this program all about? So this was launched in 2016. It is implemented by Regional Directorate of Apprenticeship Training. Now this is the implementing agency, but if we talk about the nodal ministry, what is it? So if you remember, in the question itself it was written that what is the nodal ministry, right? That is your Ministry of Skill Development. So here we are talking about objective, so that is to promote apprenticeship, that we have understood. So eligibility criteria, minimum age is 14, maximum there is no limit, and Aadhaar card, it should be linked with the bank account, because here we are talking about direct benefit transfer, right? That whatever benefit, whatever money that is yours, that will be directly transferred to your bank account. So then we have key features. NAPS has replaced your Apprenticeship Protsahan Yojana, that was initially, now it has been replaced by NAPS. Then online portal for administration, so you can online, you have online portal, and then you have here the government, what the contribution is, that has been mentioned about the stipendiary support that it will provide of approx 3000 crore. Okay, and that is still 25-26. This is also catch that you can remember, that is still 25-26 only. Next is, recently Namami Gange Amrit Vatika has been created at the bank of the which of the following river? So basically under Namami Gange we are trying to clean and rejuvenate river Ganga, right? So for that we also have to rejuvenate its tributaries also, right? So this is a hint, you can keep it as a hint, that answer could be. Okay, and in that basically what is done in Delhi, okay, 75 saplings that have been planted, making the place as Amrit Vatika. Okay, so along with the answer, I also want to ask if anybody know in Delhi at what place this particular these saplings they were planted. Okay, so I'm getting the answers, option number B, a lot of saying SK, Nilesh, Harshal, not saying the right answer. Megha, Anand, yes, SK. Option number B, that is the right answer. Here we are talking about Yamuna. And from Delhi also, you could have gotten a hint that okay, answer is Yamuna. And I also told you about the tributaries initially also. So option number B is Yamuna is the right answer to this. And I am waiting for the next answer, which I asked that at which place in Delhi this particular program, these saplings they were established, this Vatika it was made. Okay, so let's see who knows the answer about that. Until then, let's move to the next question, which talks about your question number 8 talks about the National Mission on for Clean Ganga. The executive committee is authorized to accord approval of the project up to dash crore. Okay, so for till how much crore for a project this executive committee it can offer? I'm waiting for the answers, and here it's like kind of slow thing that's going on. Slowly people are giving answers. So Nilesh comes up, calls, says option number C, Anuradha. Madhur is not saying the right answer. Anuradha. Then we have Anand saying the uh, right answer. Okay, see, here's a confusion. Okay, between students, some are saying right answer, some are saying wrong answer. Okay, yes, option number C is the right answer to this. That is your 1000 crore. Okay, so here you are looking at, this is all about Namami mission of Ganga clean Ganga. I am sorry for that. Okay, here everything that you need to remember. So the launch year of it is 2011. ओके 2011 इसका लॉन्च ईयर है. नोडल मिनिस्ट्री है इसकी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ जल शक्ति. एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, दैट इज टू इंश्योर इफेक्टिव abatement of pollution and rejuvenation. So again this talking about making Ganga pollution free and also rejuvenating, making it alive again. Okay, so when we talk about it, we are talking about its tributaries as well, right, because they contribute to the main river. So that is why we here in this particular question that we looked at, so we saw there we had planted the saplings around the Yamuna river, so making it a better place. Okay, so rest of the things you can have a read afterwards, but here yes, what the question was here that we can have a look at. See, executive committee authorized to accord approval for the projects up to rupees 1000 crore. Next is, which among the following organization has recently launched Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana? Now there are two Sparsh Yojana. One is related to defense, that is for pension. Okay, but we are not talking about this over here. So this is something else that we're talking about. And one more difference between this defense one and this one, how can you identify? Because here Deen Dayal it is written. The one which is the pension scheme under the Ministry of Defense, there it is just Sparsh, it is not Deen Dayal Sparsh. Okay, so this is how you can categorize, you can make give a difference. So here we are talking about the different ministries. I'm getting answers. Option number D, yes, Madhur is saying the right answer. Megha, Nilesh, Anuradha saying the right answer. Option number D, yes, Department of Post, that is the right answer to this. Okay, so now what is this scheme all about? Okay, so see, first of all we look at the full form of SPERSH, that is Scholarship for Promotion of Aptitude and Research in Stamps as a Hobby. Okay, so here we are talking about philately quiz. So what is this philately? See, the hobby, so the person or this activity of collecting the stems, reading about it, collecting it, searching about it, having knowledge of it, that is known as the term that is used, that is known as philately. Okay, so what will happen in this particular scheme? So this will be given to the category of class 6th to 9th. Okay, and in this particular scheme what will be done for the students who are studying from 6th class to 9th class, okay, till 6th to 9th, if they are having good academic record, if they have good percentage, so basically 60% is the criteria that has been kept, and 5% leverage for the SC/ST category. They have 60% and they have this hobby of stamp collection. So for them this scheme is there, where they'll get the scholarship of 6000 per annum, rupees 6000 per annum. So that will be given monthly, so that would be rupees 500 per month that will be given. For that they have to first give this particular quiz, philately quiz, as you're looking at, and then one project they have to submit, and then they'll also if they also meet this criteria of 60%, then they will be awarded with this particular scholarship. Next is, consider the following statement about Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana. Here are the few. Some of it I helped you in the last question only, right? So I'm expecting you all to give the right answer to this. So it says a candidate must be a student of class 6 to 12th of a recognized school within India. The selection process will be consisting of 2 levels, okay, and third is at the time of selection of scholarship the candidate must have scored at least 60% of equivalent marks. So you have the following, you have the options in front of you, you have to choose one. So Nilesh is saying option number E, that all are correct. So is there anyone to contradict that? Madhur is also saying E. Yes, Satyajit, yes, E is the right answer. See, here, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm really sorry, option number D. Why? Because here it's talking about class 12th. Okay, I thought most of you are saying right, so I got confused. No, it was not 12th, it was 9th that we have studied, right? In previous one only we just looked at 6th to 9th, right? So that is why option number 1, it is wrong. And here of two process, yes, first was a philately quiz that we looked at, and then a project that has to be submitted, so that is why 2 levels are there, and then third we have already studied about the 60 marks, right? So that is why option number D is the right, that is 2 and 3, not first, because it was 6 to 9th. So again we look at the eligibility criteria. Yes, 6 to 9th, it is the right answer. Scored at least 60%. Is there some issue? Okay, so I don't know, the screen, it got blank on my phone, so I thought there was some issue. I hope that's fine now. Yeah, I can, yeah, I refreshed my phone page and it's all, it seems fine now. Okay, so we talked about class 6 to 9th. Okay, then we talked about the score at 60% we looked at. Okay, and this 5% relaxation for SCST, and then 2 levels we also looked at. There was one written quiz, and then there was a project that needs to be submitted, right? So these were the things. Now next question, it is, recently Government of India has formulated a new scheme. What is the name of this new scheme? See, for whenever you are going for exam, not only just you have to remember the launch year and things, other things, but you also should be aware of what is the full form of it. Question can be asked that what is M in Namaste, what is S in Namaste. The questions like such are asked, and that is why you should be aware of the full form of Namaste, which is National Action Plan for Mechanized Sanitization Ecosystem, and this is done for cleaning of sewers and septic tank. Basically this scheme, it has been introduced keeping in mind the health of the workers that are associated with or linked with these with this sanitation work. Okay, so that they there is no fatality that is faced there, so that they have proper equipments if they are going for that. Okay, and in such places where there is some hazardous conditions, there they have some mechanical sweepers, right? So everything is this. So here we are talking about the right answer. Now let's look at, so I'm getting the answers. See, yes, the correct answer, it is option number D, that is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, right? Social justice of the people that are associated with this work. So here this scheme, this news, it was of as you can see from the PIB itself, it is that is July 18, 2022. Okay, so in PIB was also there, and then after that in many other newspaper it was also there, right? So it is here you can see government formulates Namaste scheme for cleaning of sewers, septic tanks. Okay, so here all the ministries that are involved, here we can look at that. Next is the aim of this project. So this we are talking about zero fatalities. There should be no fatality in this particular sanitation work in India. There should be skilled workers who are involved in this, so that there is no situation of life and death cases in this, right? Apart from that, they if you look at, there should be no direct contact with human fecal matter, right? Because that would create many diseases that would apart from that, we are looking at here, this one is important, that all sewers and septic tank sanitation workers have access to alternative livelihood also. It's not like that they are restricted to this work. There should be access to alternative livelihoods as well. Okay, let's come to question number 12, talking about FAME scheme has been extended till which year? So if you are updated with the current affairs, so you must be aware of this FAME. It is for focusing on increasing the electronic vehicles here in India, and this scheme is something that can always be part of your descriptive writing as well, right? Because this is what we are future is all about. So here you have to tell that it has been extended till which year. So as Nilesh and Madhur said, Okay, and we have Subhashmita also, and now all of you are saying right, Megha, Anshu, Anuradha, Anand. Yes, 2024 it has been extended till now for that. Okay, so phase 1 it came in your 2015, and then in 19 again phase 2 it came. Okay, and here outlay of 10,000 crore that has been extended till 2020 year. Okay, scheme has been extended till 2024. This is what you have to keep in mind. Next is FAME in India has targeted to support how many 2E2W in India. What is E2W? This is electronic two wheeler. Okay, so we are talking about two wheelers over here. So electronic two wheelers in India. So FAME has targeted. So they have made a target that at least this many two wheelers should be introduced in India. So tell me the answer. What could be it? See, the correct answer is option number A, that is 10 lakh. Okay, currently the goal that is of 10 lakh. Okay, so as of July, and if you look at okay, so let's look at the next question. Who among the following which among the following statement is are correct about the FAME India scheme? So you have the option and you have to tell about the correct answer to this. Okay, see, the correct answer in this particular one, it is option number E, 1, 2, 3 all. Okay, so as of July, if you look at 4.7 lakh electric vehicles were given incentives under the FAME scheme. Demand incentives for 2EW which has been increased from rupees 15,000 okay per kilowatt. अब ये बढ़ चुकी है, कितने से बढ़ चुकी है? ये बढ़ चुकी है रुपीज 10,000 पर किलोवाट से, ठीक है, per hour. Then we have increase in cap from 20% to 40% okay at the cost of your 2EW vehicle. ठीक है, बाकी आपकी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन, सारा डेटा जो है आपका स्कीम्स, इस स्कीम से रिलेटेड जितना डेटा पूछा जा सकता है, दैट वाज पोस्टेड इन योर PIB, ऑल हैज बीन मेंशन इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्क्रीनशॉट. ऑल राइट, सो हियर्स अ स्कीम एज यू कैन सी. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपकी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन उसकी दी है. फाइनेंशियल आउटलेट 10,000 करोड़ का आपको दे रखा है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट हैज बीन एक्सटेंडेड टू 2024. नोडल मिनिस्ट्री कौन सी है? ऑफ हैवी इंडस्ट्रीज. ठीक है, तो ये दिस इज अ लिटिल बिट अनकन्वेंशनल नोडल मिनिस्ट्री, राइट? सो दैट इज बाय कीप दैट इन माइंड. लॉन्च ईयर 2019. ओके, बूस्ट इलेक्ट्रिक मोबिलिटी एंड इंक्रीज द इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स इन कमर्शियल फ्लीट्स दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. ठीक है, तो इसमें रेस्ट ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन एज यू कैन रीड फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड. Next is recently Government of India has launched in principal approval reservation of dash for vacancies for ex-Agniveer. So here what we are talking about Agniveer scheme. Okay, so it was in news. It has been recently launched, and here the government, all the center government, state government, they are giving incentives that whoever will join Agniveer, because there the tenure that is of just 4 years, right? So after that only 25% will be will be able to continue. Rest they would have to retire. So for that purpose, many organization, be it your state level, private, professional, all what they are doing, they are giving incentives that will be ex-Agniveer. They'll have this particular reservation in the job, right? So here I am getting the answer option number B, 10%. Yes, all of you are saying correct. That is 10% is the right answer to this. Okay, 10% vacancy for Agniveers that will be reserved for the CAPF. Okay, and for the constable post of constable and rifleman in CAPF and Assam Rifles. Okay, how much percentage of monthly pay has been deducted towards contribution to Agniveer corpus with respect to the Agnipath scheme? Okay, so here I have the following options. You can just have a look at it, that because see, after at the end of their 4-year tenure, they'll get some money, right? So monthly some percent of their salary it will be deducted, and whatever money will be deducted, equal amount central government will add to that, and at the end of 4 years you'll get that. So you have the options. So see, yes, people are saying right, very good, option number D. Vishal was the first one to say that yes, 30% is the right answer to this. 30% will be deducted. So here's the what will be the money format will be. So how much money will be given per year, that has been mentioned over here. Okay, and 30% of monthly pay will be deducted, and then similar money will be added by the center government. Next is non-contributory life insurance cover of dash lakh for duration of engagement. Okay, so if something happens, so in that case there is some money that will be given. Okay, if something happens during the engagement. So here we are talking about option number, I'm waiting for the right answer. See the correct answer over here, it is option number A, that is 48 lakh that will be given. Okay, so see, here's everything you need to know about launch year 2022, falls under the Ministry of Defense. Okay, and here it is designed to enable a youthful profile for the armed forces, because here India, it is focusing now on having more youths in defense services. We need more active people. Okay, and also after 4 years of retirement, there's a lot of things that you're going to learn from such a disciplined organization, right? So that is discipline for life. So here's everything that you need to know. 17.5 years to 21 years they are eligible. However, for the first batch of Agniveers, that is for the year 2022, the limit is 23, because they were because the when the individual these entrants for all the forces, when they used to happen, right? So they used to happen till 23 years only, right? So to the people who were preparing for that, who were waiting for the vacancies, so at least they have this fair opportunity, and that is why 23 has been extended just for 1 year. And apart from that, the age criteria, it is 17.5 to 21 years only. Okay, next is PM Young Achiever Scholarship Award scheme for Vibrant India, that is PM Yashashvi scheme. It is implemented by which of the following ministries? Okay, so here are the options. You have to tell the right answer. What could be it? Is it Ministry of Minority Affairs? Is it Ministry of Finance, Rural Development, Social Justice and Empowerment, and Panchayati Raj? See, the correct answer is option number D. And even if you observe, there are most of the schemes which is there for some specific category of the society, it would always fall under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment only, right? So in the last one, in the Eclave one also, we looked at, even though that was something related to education, but that did not fall under the Ministry of Education, but under the Social Justice and Empowerment. And similar to this, here it is the right answer. Okay, so here we are talking about, see, in this there is various category. Okay, so some has been given for EWS students, some it has been given for the OBC students, right? So here this one news, it was about EWS student. Okay, next we are talking about, under this again Yashashvi Yojana only, we are talking about top class school for OBC, EBC, DNT students, sub schemes for quality education and economically backward category. Okay, so what is this EBC? It is your economically backward category. Okay, what is the grant provided for tuition fee as required by school, subjecting to a ceiling of dash per annum per student of class 9 to 10th? Okay, so you have the option, and you have to tell that what will be the tuition fee for 9th and 10th students. For 11th 12th, the criteria it is different, and for 9th and 10th, the criteria it is different. Okay, see, the correct answer over here, it is option number as Megha, and no, as the Megha is saying, yes, option number your B, that is 75,000, that is the right answer to this. Okay, so here we are talking about, here you look at for 9 10th, it is 75,000 per annum, and for 11 12th, it is 1,25,000. Okay, so remember the difference, and for that you have to give an entrance test as well, right? So it's not like you can just go and avail the particular benefits under the scheme. Okay, next is, under PM Yashasvi scheme, the students who secure admission in the notified institution, means some good institution, will be awarded one-time assistance of rupees dash for laptop and computer. So if they get under good notified institution, they would also have money, one-time assistance, so that they can have laptops, computers, so that they can take the best benefit from it. Okay, so here we have the category, and see, option number A, 45,000, it is the right answer to this. So that will be one time given to them. Okay, so here we are looking at, if for the top class colleges, if they get into that, we have these all you can see conditions in which institution they go, and accordingly there is a ceiling of rupees 2 lakh per annum that will be given for the living expenses, right? Rupees 3,000 per month per student, that is for the living expenses we are talking about. For books and stationery, rupees 5,000 per annum, that will be given one time. Okay, 45,000 for latest computer. Okay, so these all are the things that will be taken care under that. Next is State University Research Excellence scheme is a new initiative of which of the following ministry? So I'm waiting for the answers, and yes, as some of you are saying it right, yes, option number B, that is the right answer, Ministry of Science and Technology. Okay, so here we are talking about there's a new scheme which is known as State University Research Excellence, that is your SURE, sure. While when you're talking about this SERB, no, so this is your Science and Engineering Research Board. Okay, so this is your body under the Department of Science and Technology, which is going to help you with this particular scheme. Next is under the SERB Shore scheme, total research grants should not exceed how much amount of the period of 3 years. Okay, so because we're talking about research, so research they need grant right. So for that, how much is given for period of 3 years? So here I'm getting B, a lot of B's. See the answer, it is option number D. Okay, so see these are the things thoda sa you have to keep in mind, right? And I'm not even sure if you're still giving me the question answer of last one or this one, because for according to last one it's correct. So what you do, just write the question number and then write the answer, right? Because there is some, I guess, some lag behind, because of that it's not possible to know you're answering to which question. Okay, so that was the answer. So here we're talking about that it should not, the grant, it should not exceed rupees 30 lakh for a period of 3 years. Okay, and as to the criteria that you can look at it here. Under the Shrestha scheme, now this Shrestha scheme was also recently launched, recently was in news. Grant will be provided for tuition fee and residential charges as required by students, subjecting to a ceiling of rupees dash per annum per student of 9th and 10th, and rupees per 11th and 12th. And this I have taken a session on this as well, right, of your government schemes, in which I told you that there would be examination in 9th class and 11th class entrance test, right? And for that you'll be having some scholarship you'll be getting for that. So here I'm getting 23rd, Megha is saying option number 23rd D, then Madhvi says C. So do we have any other answers? Nilesh is saying D. So let's see what is the right answer. See, yes, option number D, that is 75,000 and 1,25,000. It is the right answer to this. Okay, we'll have one more question. We'll have some question, and then we'll look at what is the explanation of this scheme is. What is this all about? So under the Shrestha scheme, each year how many meritorious SC students in states UT will be selected for quality residential education in top residential high school available in or nearby to the district. Okay, see here the correct answer, it is your option number C. Okay, so here we are talking about 3,000. Okay, and here everything that you need to focus on the static part from this scheme, everything has been mentioned in this mind map that we have created for you all. Okay, so Shrestha ka full form जानना ज़रूरी है, scheme for residential education for students in high school in targeted areas, and here we are focusing on the scheduled caste student. And again, if we are talking about a specific section of society, even if we are talking about schools and education, but we are focusing on the minority of a society, it usually and most of the time it falls under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Anything that is related to education but is being provided to all, that would most probably come under the Ministry of Education. But apart from that, if a particular section has been targeted, usually it falls under the Ministry of Justice and Social Social Justice and Empowerment. Eligibility criteria talks about student, it should belong to SC category. Family income, it should not exceed 2,50,000 per annum, right? And preference would be given, of course. So some a person whose family, a student, SC category student whose family is earning less than 1 lakh, so they would be given more preference, right? So and also to the students who have this physical disability. Okay, so this scheme, it talks about studies, about entrance test, right, that you have to give, right? And in 9th and 11th they will have this. Next is about the continuation of the mind map only. Okay, that how the payment will be done, how the grant will be given and everything. And this was a question, 75,000 per annum, that is for 9th and 10th, and your 1,25,000 for 11th and 12th. Now, which among the following is not one of the pillar of PM Gati Shakti scheme? PM Gati Shakti 2021 में launch हुई थी, right? So it is a kind of, you can say, amalgamation of all the infrastructure scheme that existed before, right? And that is why it is now it's worth 1,000 crore, right? Because all the money that was for different infrastructure schemes, they all have been merged. So here you have to tell that which of the following is not the pillar of PM Gati Shakti. सो अनुराधा ने है जो सही आंसर किया है. Option number D, responsiveness, it is the right answer to this question. Okay, next question we'll look at one two question and then we'll understand the scheme. Which of the following statement is a correct with respect to PM Gati Shakti again? So is it कि कोई digital platform बना है, will bring 7 crore infrastructure sector together? It was launched in the year 2021. Empowered groups of secretariats will be headed by cabinet secretary. Okay, so see the correct answer over here. It is option number D, as Madhvi also said. And here what this is all about, that yes, all are true. Because see, if you think for yourself, if so many infrastructure whatever programs that are there, if they are coming together, there should be a proper digital platform, right? Because what the basic essence of this Gati Shakti was, that usually what happens, first the Ministry of Roadways, they used to make roads in a particular area, and then after that Ministry of Communication, they used to come, they used to dig those roads, they used to then uh, 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 put these optical fibers underneath the road, right? So this was all a very mismatch that was happening, right? Miscommunication that was there. So that is why there's a digital platform where one organization, they can look up to the work of another organization if they have something to do there, or what the progress of that particular work is, so that there is one uniformity in the infrastructure building in India, right? So that is what is the right answer. Second one I've already told you, and right, because there would be some one person who would be leading the others, right? So that is why cabinet secretary will be taking care of that. Here is everything that you need to know. 2021 integrated planning and implementation of infrastructure projects, right? All the projects that were there, they were integrated. So that is the basic understanding of this scheme. 6 pillars are there: synchronization, analytical, optimization, dynamic, prioritization, and comprehensiveness. Okay, so these are all of the pillars, and here driven by 7 engines. This PM Gati Shakti is being driven by 7 engines. That is your roads, railways, airports, ports. Then we have mass transport, waterways, and logistic infrastructure, right? And rest thing, whatever that you need to know, you will have to just read it, and everything will be clear. Okay, so these are in simple words we have accumulated everything for you. We'll move to next question. It talks about question number 29, Mudra Yojana. So maximum amount of loan that is provided under PM Mudra Yojana, how much is it? So Vishal comes up, and Madhur, they come up and they say 10 lakh. Yes, so you are right. I'm not contradicting you. 10 lakh, that is the right answer. And here I also want to tell you that in last year also this scheme was asked in your examination. Okay, so it asks about which of the following is the name under which Mudra gives loan up to 5,000 for beneficiary organization. So what does it mean? You should be aware of the names. Okay, so there are 3 names: Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun. So Shishu is the money that is or the loan that is given up to rupees 50,000. From 50,000 to 5 lakh, it is the term Kishore. The term of the loan that is being used, it is Kishore. And Tarun, it is for the adult, 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Basically these are the names or the stages of a person. Shishu, it means child, right? So that is why lesser amount. Then Kishore, it means adolescence. Okay, so that is why it is intermediate of Shishu and Tarun. And Tarun, it means adult. So that is why the maximum loan that you are availing, that comes under the Tarun component. Okay, and here we are talking about launch year 2015, falls under Ministry of Finance. Aim is to fund the unfunded, because here what the idea is, collateral, it is not being asked, right? So that is why it is fund the unfunded, to provide loans up to 10 lakh to non-corporate, non-farm, and small micro enterprises. Okay, all can take avail loan under this. Now next question is, which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to PM Mudra Yojana? Okay, so here are the options and you have to tell the right answer to that. Yes, and as I can see, most of you gave the right answer of the last year question as well, what was asked. So here we are talking about, you have to tell the incorrect about PM Mudra Yojana. So first says no processing fee or collateral is required. Is it true? I have given a you hint in the previous explanation as well. Repayment period of loan, it is extended up to 5 years. Is it true? Non-banking financial companies are exempted from Mudra Yojana. A debit card is also issued against this loan account, and scheme is being managed by a National Credit Guarantee Trust Company. I'm waiting for the right answer. Puneet comes up. He's the first one to say the right answer. Okay, so we have more also. Okay, so Satyajit Rathod, and do we have more? Okay, so from Nilesh they have started saying Nilesh, Vishal, Shubham, Manan, Rathod. Then we have Megha, Madhur, Madhvi, Anuradha. All are saying right. Yes, very good. Option number C, that is the right answer to this. Okay, here is the key features of PM Mudra Yojana: no processing fee or no collateral. Okay, so that we can fund the unfunded, right? Because usually if you go for bank for a loan, you have to submit a collateral, right? So for that reason, many people who belong to especially these MSME or the small farmers, they're not able to take loans for their work, right? So that is why we are talking about this collateral. Okay, next we are talking about repayment period of loan. It is extended up to 5 years. Then all farmers with public sector bank, all the names have been given. Your NBFC is also there, which was in your question, are required to lend under the scheme. Okay, then scheme is being managed by a National Credit Guarantee Trust company. Okay, so that you should know. Mudra card, they also have a get a debit card for the same thing. Next is question number 31. Under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, separate provision of stipend for child with special needs. So these are basically child with special needs means they have some disabilities like such things. At the raise rupees dash per month for 10 months in addition to student component from pre to senior secondary level. So you have the option, you have to tell that for additionally given for the child which are of special needs, for them what is the amount. See the correct answer over here, it is your option number, yes, E, that is your right answer. Okay, that is your right answer. And here what is the next question, it is also related to Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. We'll look at 1 to 2 questions and then we'll move to the next one. So here we are looking at, it was launched in the year 2016. It has subsumed erstwhile Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan. It has been continued till 31st March 2016. Okay, so you have the options and you have to tell the right answer to that. See, if you read it, the correct answer here, it would be option number B. Yes. So as Madhur also said, option number B, 2 and 3, that is our right answer to this. Okay, so what is this scheme all about? What else we need to study? Here is the thing. Okay, so see, Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, it was launched in 2018 and that is why our statement of 2016, it was wrong. Okay, continued till the period of 5 years. Okay, so अभी उसको 2026 तक extend कर दिया है. We'll look at it afterwards कि ज़रूरत पड़ती है या नहीं पड़ती है, and we obviously know कि आगे भी extend होगा ही. Nodal minister is Ministry of your Education. Okay, and here are the objectives that you can look at. It's all about equality, inclusion of the education system, right? Everything is here. Sub schemes under this Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, we have Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, and then we have teacher education. Everything has been incorporated under this. Okay, and here target beneficiaries, we are talking about aspirational districts. What are these aspirational districts? So in a particular state, there are some regions, some districts which need more focus than rest of the districts, or they are underdeveloped in comparison to the rest of the districts, right? So their special focus of Niti Aayog is the government is there, that has been identified by Niti Aayog, and these are known as aspirational districts, right? Apart from that, so focus on girls so that their number in the school it increases, focus on the SC/ST community and transgender community, right? So everything all belonging to your EWS and of your special focus district. Educationally backward blocks will be taken care under this. Border areas, your left wing affected district, these all will be taken care under that. Okay, and talking about key features, okay, here you are looking at the different percentage of money that is there, and here we are looking at separate provision of stipend. That was the question, that was 200 per month for 10 months. Okay, and this 1 rupees 150 per teacher, that was for the teachers and not for this category of SWS and girls. Okay, so this is the difference that we have to keep in mind. Okay, next we have in addition to that, and now let's move to question number 33. It asks about Atal Bhujal Yojana. Okay, so that is for rejuvenating your underground water, right? This scheme has been launched. So for that you have to have 3 options and you have to tell the right one for that. So ma'am ESI static के notes दीजिए. Okay, so I'll talk with the team if ESI class will take place or not. Okay, it is going to be there. We assure you there will be a class on ESI. Right, so you just be patient about it, and we'll have a proper session on ESI static as well. So here we are talking about question number 33, and I'm getting mixed answer. Option number C, option number D. See, the correct answer is option number C, that is your B and C, because it is not a sponsored scheme, it is a sector scheme. Okay, now let's look for another question, and then we'll look at the explanation of this. Atal Bhujal Yojana is being supported by dash on a dash basis. Okay, so one of the international organization is helping us with this particular scheme. Okay, and we have to tell her how much, with how much amount also it is giving. So Nilesh, yes, it is a center sector with World Bank assistance. Yes, option number, it's your option number D. The most of you are saying yes, that is correct. So see, this 50% of the money that we have taken as loan, right? So it's not like that they have given us for free, but yes, we have taken that as a loan, and apart from that, rest it has been contributed by the center. Okay, so here what we are doing, we have to rejuvenate the underground water, so that because that underground water that helps to make soil in the particular area, it has moisture, right? It has it helps sustainability, it helps for the plant growth. Okay, and in fact for the human consumption also, that is very important. And these underground water, they are they are pure, right? That is why it's important to keep them safe, right? So this scheme was launched in 2019, falls under the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and that is to improve the groundwater management in priority areas through community participation. So we have to include people also under this, and yes, World Bank has supported this cause. Okay, of 6,000 crore was the budget. In that, 50% is being taken by the World Bank. Next is question number 35. Which among the following are the sub schemes under the Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana? You have the following options. See, this Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana, basically it focuses on the senior citizens. Okay, so senior citizens. So here we are focusing on providing them with the various opportunities, and also with the help, basically helping them to sustain their elderly age, right? So here I'm getting answers. Madhur saying option number E, Megha, and then Nilesh, yes, option number E is the right answer, because all these schemes, these are the part of your Abhyuday Yojana. ठीक है, तो ये आपकी effective since है 2021, where all these have been merged. Okay, ये सब merge करके जब इसको Abhyuday Yojana बनाया, that happened in 2021. Nodal ministry, it is social justice and empowerment, and nodal department, it is Department of Social Justice and Empowerment only. Okay, so we have these some schemes, and it is a centrally sponsored scheme, and here we are focusing on top 4 needs of senior citizen, which is, first of all, we are talking about financial security, then we're talking about food, health care. Just you to go through this scheme properly. I think there's a chances of this scheme coming in an examination. Okay, either in your phase 1 or phase 2, but this is important. So it says government is implementing Bharat Prakritik Krishi Paddhati for the promotion of traditional indigenous practices. Now from here you're looking at, now we have shifted to ARD. Till now we have covered the ESI schemes, the most important ones which were in news, and now from this question number 36 onwards we have shifted to ARD schemes. Okay, so this is the first scheme in this ARD. Let's wait for the answers. See, the correct answer over here, it is option number 2, A and C only, because this scheme was not launched in 1920 but in your financial year of 21-22. Here we are looking at 2021. So here we are looking at Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati. It is a sub-scheme of Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Along with this scheme, it is also important, Krishi Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. What is the basic aim of this? So Paramparagat means traditional, okay, and Krishi means farmer, Vikas means development, and Yojana means scheme. So here we are focusing on development of a farmer, or you can say the flourishing the economy, farmer economy, the agriculture through a traditional method. So what was a traditional method of agriculture? That is to use that is the organic farming, right? So this Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, it deals with the organic farming. Okay, under that we have Bharatiya Prakrit Krishi Paddhati. Okay, so under that we have this scheme. Okay, so in this scheme was launched in 2021. That is why option number B is incorrect, because it talks about the 2019, right? And and we have 8 states under this, and that is why option number C is the correct one. The scheme has total outlay of approx rupees 4,645 crore for the period of 6 years, that will remain till 24-25 and implemented on demand driven basis following centrally sponsored scheme. So it is a centrally sponsored scheme. Financial assistance will be given of rupees 12,200 per hectare for 3 years for providing cluster formation. What is cluster formation? So many farmers, they will be clubbed in one group so that they can be taught how to do organic farming. Okay, so for that, for cluster formation, for capacity building means skill development. Okay, and continuous hand holding by trained personnel, certification and residue analysis, these will be things. For this, rupees 12,200 per hectare for 3 years will be provided. Okay, next is what is the funding provided by the government for each mandi for assistance in software and hardened infrastructure under ENAM. So what is this ENAM initiative? So here we are talking about National Agriculture Market. Okay, so NAM, and here we are talking about E. So E is what? That is electronics. So when we are talking about that, we are talking about digitalization, right? So it is a great example of digitalization in agriculture. So we know we have APMC have been quite in news, right, since this farmer protest. So this agriculture produce market your committees that are there, so what they do, they collect the farmers whatever commodity that is there, and then they sell it into the market further, right? So now what happened, because a farmer is living in a particular place, so he would collect and he would then sell it to the nearby APMC, even though they are not giving them with the good price, right? So with the help of this ENAM, now what would happen, because of this ENAM, they will in fact will be able to send this their commodity even to the far off places wherever they are getting good price of it, right? So this is the basic idea of it. So here, see, the correct answer to this is option number C, that is 75 lakh that will be given for such initiative. Okay, so here what is the tagline of ENAM? Uttam Fasal, Uttam Inam. Inam means the prize that you get. And why we are talking about prize over here? Why? Uttam means good or the best. Okay, Uttam means best, and Fasal means your the harvest that you have got. Okay, the commodity that you have harvested from your agriculture, and then we have so this is your crop, and then you have Uttam Inam. So you are getting the best prize for the best crop. Okay, because here we are talking about, we are connecting all the all India's APMC, okay, and all the business. National Agriculture Market Scheme, it is implemented by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Option A is correct. National Agriculture Market Scheme was launched in the year 2016, and here Small Farmers Agri-Minis Consortium is a lead agency for implementing this ENAM. Okay, and under this 75 lakh it will be given for the related hardware, including quality assessing equipment. Okay, and tagline that we have also seen. Next we have now Rashtriya Gokul Mission, very important. It's important, this scheme, it has been launched so that our the cattle's the capacity of the cattle, it can be increased. We are focusing on to increase their milk yield capacity, and also we are talking about our indigenous cows. Okay, so what is the zebu cattle? Our indigenous cows are, okay, so their genetic upgradation. What does it mean? So for example, I've give you example that of the stray dogs here in India, right? So you can identify the breeds of dogs. There is Labrador, there is German Shepherd. But if you go and if you look at the normal stray dogs that exist in India, so they are indigenous, they are here in India only, but there is no specific categorization of them, right? So that is why similar to that we have cattle also, buffaloes also here in India, which are indigenous, but there is no proper genetic classification of them, and that because of that reason also their milking capacity, it is weak. So in this Rashtriya Gokul Mission, first we are focusing on increasing the we are trying to upgrade these indigenous cattle also, and we are also focusing on building the increasing the milk production and productivity of the bovines. What are bovines? So these include both your cattle, that are your cows, and your buffaloes. Okay, so bovines are cattle are different from buffaloes, and these are your cows, and cattle and buffaloes, they are part of your bovine. Okay, here see the correct answer over here, it is option number A, 1 and 2 only. Okay, here because we're looking at Rashtriya Gokul Mission, it is implemented by Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, that is right. was launched in the year 2014 is also right, but this has been extended till 25-26. Okay, so that is the difference. Next we are talking about under Gokul mission scheme provides 100% grant in aid for which of the following scenarios. Okay, so here for different categorization there are different money that will be given or the financial support that will be provided. Okay, so you have to tell among the following that which of the following it is right. And this Gokul mission also, it is an important scheme of ARD which you should keep in mind. See, the correct answer over here, it is your option number 4. That is, all of them are the right answer to this. Okay, so these are the different financial aid that will be given under Gokul, Rashtriya Gokul mission. Okay, so it is implemented on 100% grant in aid basis. Okay, except for the components of, so these are the different components. Okay, so components of your Rashtriya Gokul mission, they have been also been classified over here. Next we are talking about following people approached a regional rural bank to avail loan in Kisan credit card. Which loan will get approved because of the guidelines that are there of the scheme. See, the explanation, I'm not reading out everything because these are something that you can do on your own, right? So I'm just giving you the basic essence of the scheme, what is it, and then rest of the things that you have to just memorize, and I hope that approach it is fine with you all. Okay, here you have to tell. So there is a scenario based such kind of question this time in RBI also, like scenario based questions were asked, right? So who knows that if NABARD also it has been it can be asked, right? So here we have to tell that these are following 3 people, they have gone for availment of loan. Now you have to tell that will all get the loan, or if any specific will be excluded. Okay, see, the correct answer, it is option number, yes, all of you are saying correct, that yes, all will get loan. Okay, because here we are talking about there is no specific when we are talking about Kisan credit card. Okay, so we are just talking about land holdings, right? So we are not talking about how much and everything like that. So here for uniform adaptation of the banks, okay, so they will be given, Kisan credit card will be given, for that they can avail the various loans under agriculture. Okay, initially that was for the requirement of farmers, but then allied and non-farm activities were also included in 2004, and these are the eligibility criteria that you are looking at. Next is question number 41. Which of the following statement is not correct with respect to KCC? Okay, so you have the following options. You have to tell that which of the following are they come under KCC criteria or will they not. So we are talking about loan up to 3 lakh for a period of 3 years. We are talking about card is valid for 5 years only. Flexible limit of 10,000 to 50,000 is provided to marginal farmers. Then ATM enabled RuPay card we are talking about. Then we are talking about insurance coverage to the permanent disability of death. Okay, so Anand comes up, he says option number 5. Vishal also says option number 5 is wrong. Okay, so yes, option number 5, it is wrong. Itna zyada they are not providing with as a insurance cover. Okay, so that's not 5 lakh that they are providing, but that's the 50,000 that they are providing with. Okay, so here we are looking at all the other statements are true that we have studied, but the last one, it is your 50,000 in case of permanent disability or death and 25,000 at other risk. Okay, so that is why statement 5 it is incorrect. And yes, all of you are giving answers also that it's 50,000. It feels great that your preparation, it is going well and it is in the right direction, right? Next we have which of the following statement is are correct with respect to मनरेगा. ठीक है, तो आपकी मनरेगा आपकी रूरल डेवलपमेंट के अंदर की स्कीम है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एवरी ईयर a question has been asked from मनरेगा in your NABARD, and so it would be on it would be a big mistake on your part if this is the scheme that you are skipping for examination. Okay, you have the option and you have to tell the right one. Here I'm getting the option A is correct. Okay, so I'm getting option A. Option A is your A and B. Yes, option number your A is the right answer. Because why? Because it falls under Minister of Rural Development. True. At least 1/3 beneficiary should be women. Yes, that is the criteria. But a minimum of 10 job seekers should apply to get under Manrega, to get job under Manrega. ठीक है, because if you are doing place somewhere, if you belong to a particular village where you want to do some work under Manrega, so because that work that would require more people, right? Even if you are willing to do but rest are not there, how are you going to complete the project, right? So at least minimum 10 job seekers should be there, so that a particular any program it can be sanctioned, or any work it can be sanctioned in a particular area, right? So that is why it was a wrong answer, because it is not your 10 it was your 10 seekers, job seekers that we looked at, right? Your Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, 100 days assured work and unskilled manual labor. We are talking about, never we are talking about skilled, we are talking about unskilled. Okay, so these were the categories. Next, which of the following statement is are correct with respect to Manrega scheme? So should the work will be provided within the 10-kilometer radius, a wage of 75-25% between center and state, for wage and material ratio is to be maintained, and unemployment allowance will be given in case of employment will not be provided within 15 days. You have to tell me the correct answer. See, the correct answer here is option number B, that C only, that is only C. Okay, so that is the right answer, that if within 15 days till I have filed the application, if I do not get the job, I will be given an unemployment allowance for that. Okay, apart from that, it is not your 10 kilometer, but it is your 5 kilometer. That should be your right answer. Okay, so यहाँ पे if you look at, okay, so 5 kilometer, it should be within 5 kilometer radius, because see, I do not have work, I do not have money. How I am supposed to go 10 beyond 5 kilometer with the help of a public transport? Okay, so half of my money will be spent on that, or maybe more than that. So that is why work should be given within 5 kilometer, and if the work it is being still allocated beyond 5 kilometer, so you will be get 10% of the extra wage you will get. Okay, so that you can bear the transportation expenses. Then 60 is to 40%, this categorization between wage and material ratio has been maintained. No contractors and machineries are allowed. Okay, then right to employment, that we have understood that within 15 days of my application, if I don't get the job, I'll be given your unemployment wage. Next is again, it's about Manrega. What is the minimum guaranteed unskilled wage? Okay, so this is easier, but here the twist is facing drought and natural calamity. We know that minimum guarantee unskilled wage employment in days, it is what, but here we are talking about in areas where facing drought or natural calamity. In such cases, what are the days that are extended? So Madhur is the first one to say the right answer. Yes, option number C is the right answer, 150 days. Okay, usually it is 100 days, but in such areas it is additional 50 days of unskilled wage that can be given. नेक्स्ट इज प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि, पीएम किसान योजना, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम. कुछ कुछ है जो काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम्स होती है, राइट? अपार्ट वेल वी आर कवरिंग फर्स्ट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन ओनली. ओके, सो इट इज़ अ डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफ़र. कितना मिलता है? 6,000 मिलता है साल का, है ना, इन 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट एट ₹2,000 पर क्वार्टर, है ना. So this is what under PM Kisan it happens. So here you have to tell that which of the following statement is are correct with respect to the eligibility criteria. What should be the eligibility criteria that you have to tell? So here all are saying none of the above. See, the correct answer is option number 5 है. Yes, all are saying is correct, that is none of the above. Okay, so because see, what we are talking about PM Kisan scheme, which was launched in 2019 only. When the scheme was launched, only small and marginal farmers were there, right, were included under this. However, after that the scheme was extended to all farmer family irrespective of their land holding size. Okay, that is why option number A it becomes incorrect. Okay, next we are talking about, so in the previous, if you look at the question, so here we are talking about institutional landholders are also eligible. No, they are not eligible. They already have so much money because of being in the institution, right? So that is why that is the wrong answer, because they have a lot of money, they can create a big a farm. Next is your monthly pension of ₹10,000 or more are eligible. No, because they already have money, they don't need this financial aid of ₹6,000 per year, right? That is why they are not eligible. And here are all the criterias that you can have a read on, that who are eligible, who are not. Next is again we are talking about PM Kisan. Which of the following is correct with respect to PM Kisan? You have the three options. You have to tell the right answer to this. So are the tenant farmers, they are they are eligible beneficiaries under the scheme? Is the scheme being implemented by Ministry of Finance, or the cutoff date of determination it is 2019, and for next 4 years these are the ones who will be included under this? So Puneet comes, he says option number 5, all of the above. So is there anyone to contradict? See, all are saying wrong. I'm still waiting for the right one. See, no, option number D is the right answer. None of the above. Why? Because tenant farmers are not included in this. If you remember the eligibility criteria that we have just studied, it does not about the size of the land holding, but the minimum criteria, it is the person should have a land, an agriculture land we are talking about. It's not about how much area does it have, but they should at least have agriculture land. So these tenant farmers, they are not benefited. What is the tenant farmers? They do not have their own land, they have rented it for agriculture purpose. That is why they are not included. The scheme is being not administered by Ministry of Finance, it is administered by your Department of Agriculture, right? Then cut off, it is not 4 years, but that is of 5 years. Okay, so that is why option number 4 is the right answer. All are incorrect. Tenant farmers are not included, right? Because land holding is the criteria, it is the sole criteria. This also you look at. PM Kisan scheme administered by Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Cutoff, it is for next 5 years and not for 4 years. Okay, next is question number 47. We are talking about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Important, what is the cap of center's premium subsidy for irrigated crops? See, all these things that we are doing, that that includes the static portion or the budgetary allocation that we have talked about, right? But I would suggest that before your examination, do update yourself with whatever be the recent development in that. How many farmers have been benefited from a particular scheme, right? Or how many, for example, in Jan Dhan, how many accounts were opened, or things like such. Why we are not covering this here? Because see, these are the very dynamic things, they can change even a day before your examination, right? So these are things that I'm just making you aware that questions of such kind can also be asked, so you should be better prepared for that. Okay, here see the correct answer over here. It is, most of you have given the right answer, 25%. That is the right answer. In case of, because it is a central sponsored scheme, okay, so there we are talking about the division of the center and state. So for unirrigated area it is up to 30%, but for irrigated it is 25%. Apart from that, if you're talking about for kharif crop, what is the premium? That is 2%. For rabi it is 1.5% and 5% for commercial and horticulture crops, right? So these are the things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, rest things you can study. I read each and everything here. Question number 48. Cap, it is the upper limit, Preeti, the upper limit of something that is known as a cap. So here, what is the outlay of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana? Okay, so Matsya Sampada, Matsya means fish. So this is for the encouraging the fishery sector in India. For that we have come up with Matsya Sampada Yojana. So for the total outlay, you have to tell me what is the total outlay. Rest of the things have been, some of it has been explained in the particular para, and rest will be explained in the explanation itself. So I'm getting Nilesh, Megha, Anuradha, Rathod, Anand, Anshu, Vishal, all are saying the right thing. See, the correct answer to this is option number D. Okay, 2050 crore. Next is the financial outlay that you're looking at. What is the division of center and state? Everything that we have looked at. Okay, next is question number 49, which talks about correct statement with respect to it. Okay, Nikhil, usually what happens, see, e-Chopal, it has always been inseparable part of your agriculture. E-Chopal, in fact, it is a concept that we study while we study ARD static as well. Okay, so questions was asked in this, I also agree, but that is due to multiple reasons, because this is a part of your ARD static as well. Apart from that, if you look at NABARD report also, in that also every year e-Chopal has also always been mentioned, right? So because of these reasons it was asked in your examination. So if you want me to give you a specific source, Nikhil, I would suggest just go through NABARD report. There, whatever terms that are there, you should be aware of that. Here we're getting the mixed answers again. So see option number 4, that is the right answer to this. Okay, so here why you all saying none of the above are correct? Okay, all of them are correct. तो यहाँ पे everything has been mentioned. ठीक है, all of your questions they were of right nature. All of them are correct. That is your last question for today. Talks about the Savitma scheme. Okay, which of the following ministry? ऊपर में all the objectives, what is of Swamitva scheme, everything has been mentioned. So basically what is the idea of it? So that because see, in rural areas we know there's a lot of land, but there is no proper registry of that. In urban areas every people they have done registry properly, right? So why is it done? For the two reasons. So that even the people they can if they have registry, what they can do, they can take they can avail loan on that, and they can use it for business purpose and other sorts of purpose, right? And if the government they have idea about how much land a particular family or a person possess, then they will be able to take tax on that also, right? So that is a go-to situation for both the parties, and that is why this scheme in this, what we are doing, right to record to rights to village, we are we have the same. Okay, and here objective it is to create accurate land records, creation of survey infrastructure and GIS maps, determination of whatever property tax that could be availed from those people having the land, and to bring financial stability to citizens, because they can actually use that property as a financial asset, right? So okay, you all are asking me to check your 49. Okay, so here we are talking about 24 25. Okay, so here okay, so there is a difference in this particular year, right? So yes, so that is why option number 5, none of the year, would be the right answer. I did not keep the track of the years, that is why. Okay, I agree, option number 5, that should be the right answer because of the years that has been mentioned in that. Okay, so here in the last one we are looking at. So here see, the right answer is option number 2. It's easy, option number 2, that is the right answer to this. It falls under the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Basic essence that I have already told you. You should also be aware of the full forms, that is a survey of village abadi and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. Okay, so we are using drones, we are using modern technologies over here. And why are we doing that? We have also done, right? So these are the things that you needed to remember. All the information that you need to keep in mind, all are present in there. So that is all in this session. Here before you leave, I have an announcement that there is a flat 40% plus additional 10% off that is going on the occasion of Independence Day. Okay, that is valid till now only. Do keep in mind. So you can use the code India to avail this offer for RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A and SEBI Grade A. And to the ones who are willing to join our UPSC APFC master course, for that you can have flat 75% off, and this is valid just for today, till today, right? So do avail this benefit. You can use the code APFC for the same thing, right? So that is all for this. Now I'll take a few questions that are there. So Rathod, yes, because what happened last session, it could not take place due to some technical glitch from our end. Sincere apologies for that. So first we covered ESI in this section, then some of ARD question we did today. So if you have noticed, today we have increased the number of questions. So similarly tomorrow also we will increase the number of questions, so that all of the schemes that are covered in that. Okay, so welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session. PDF you will get, at least see there is a buffer of 24 hours between the session and the availability of PDFs in the Telegram channel. Okay, so do bear with that. So that is all. Okay, do well in your examination and study hard. So this was a reality check for you all to understand how much do you really retain of the schemes, right? So analyze and then study about it. Okay, so thank you everyone, have a nice day.